All right, guys. So unfortunately, Erica and I are not going to be here today because we are understaffed. Weird. We are both really just kind of not all put together. So we have handpicked an episode for you guys to listen to this week that we've previously recorded. So for those of you tuning in now, this is an older episode, but hopefully this will kind of send you into our backlog to hear the rest of our unhinged and pretty entertaining information and episodes. We still, we're still active in Discord. We have merch up, book club, which honestly, I don't even know what the book is right now because I am understaffed myself. So, go ahead and head over to Discord and we have all of our links available in the link tree. And honestly, we wouldn't be here without you guys, even though today's a fluke. So, all right, here you go. Welcome back to Living Understaffed. Guys, it has been... I feel like Erica and I have been through the fucking ringer, if we're being honest here. Yeah.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Erica.
I'm Sarah. Didn't I just say that?
Living Understaffed. All right, I'm going to say it start over.
It's fine. Living Understaffed.
Keep it in. Keep it in. The podcast about not having enough time. Shit. Okay. The worst thing is down and I read it to myself. Like, I don't. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. And we are Living Understaffed, the podcast about not having enough hours in the day or enough hands to do it all. And when your best just isn't that great.
It's factual. Like, I swear to God, we have been living our best lives and our worst lives simultaneously in the last 3 weeks. Like,
that's exactly.
I can't. Like, I don't understand. Okay. Well, tell me about your understaffed. How have you been? How have you been doing?
So,
oh
just
God.
So, I dance as a hobby. I do tap and contemporary right now. And our recital was on Saturday. So with that, there's the dress rehearsal and there's extra practices. And it's just generally like, oh, by the way, this thing that you're like sort of good at, but not really, you're going to be performing this in front of like 100 people. So,
super.
And also, anyone who's ever performed anything probably already knows this. But for those who haven't, any performance you see, it's sort of like, the duck metaphor, like on the top, they're serene and on the bottom, they're like paddling for dear life. That's exactly what it is. Behind the scenes, it's absolute chaos in the back. Like, absolute chaos. So it's just sort of like, after you're done, you're like,
now I gotta find my shit because I changed clothes here, but then I did makeup over there in between sets. And then I had to do this and I helped this person. So now I got to find and locate all of my shit and hopefully nobody else picked it up. Like, oh yeah, girl, I did musicals and plays in high school and it is absolute chaos behind the curtain.
Yes, exactly. And the dance studio that I dance with is mostly children because it's a dance studio. That's not professional. So it's going to be mostly children. And anyway, absolute chaos.
It's a lot.
And then we also have a family member living with us, and he's been here for like, I don't know, like a month, which has been awesome. And I love having him here, but
It's another person. It's another person to feed and make sure they're still alive. And, hey, bud, probably brush your teeth every now and then. Maybe wash some clothes. Like maybe not wear the same boxers for a few days in a row. Like,
So, and I started a new job 2 weeks ago, which you know about. I love it.
I'm so
it's
excited about it.
But
it's a new job.
It is a new job. And you and I especially are like this, where it's like, I hate, one of the things that I hate the most is not being absolutely top tier at my job. I hate that. I hate not knowing what I'm doing. And I hate being the person that asks dumb questions and there's no way around it. You're just gonna be that person asking dumb
You
questions
have
for a
to.
while.
You
You just
have
are.
to.
You're gonna be the useless coworker for at least a month and there's nothing you can do about it. And I hate it so much. I
I
hate
dread it.
So yeah. And everyone that I work with is super nice and it's like, no, like, don't worry about it. You're totally cool. And I'm like, I hate
Which also is exactly what we do when there's a new person that it's like, dude, I know that it's going to take you a minute to get on board. Like, I know that it's going to take you a minute to understand these things. We are so understanding. But when we are in those shoes, we're like, why are you so dumb? Why? Why are you so dumb? And it's like, I can't. Like,
yeah. Like, why do you can't just like come into your job knowing everything?
how
How
dare you?
unreasonable is that to expect of anybody else? I'm like, obviously I'm the piece of shit here.
Obviously. But are you enjoying it? Like you're having a good time? Like you're okay.
Yeah. My job is gonna be mostly like, this is my job. I'm gonna be doing a lot of DTS. Like,
Ugh.
that's gonna be like half my job. I love DTS. So
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. But if that's half the job, that's so fucking boring. Like,
I love DTS.
oh,
I love DTS. And then ATAPs, which is again, and there's like,
so easy.
yeah, and there's not that many civilians. It's like maybe 60, maybe.
Dang, that's not many at all.
Yeah, because it's our office, because it's just CID. It's our office and the South Carolina Fort Jackson office.
Oh, okay.
Because they fall under us too. And then I'll be tracking like DCPDS. And
That's awesome.
that's not hard.
Not at all.
And then I'll be the alternate for DTMS. I was the POC at Fort Leonard, so I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah, like you're like, oh,
Like,
you mean the job is hard? Oh,
that's exactly it. I'm like, I've done all of this. Like, I don't even have to be the APC, which is great.
yeah.
I'm like,
But also, let's also think about how you've done all of this as a GS7. And now you're getting paid GS9. Yeah. And now you're getting paid GS9 pay for shit you already know how to do.
Yep.
Hate you.
All because I promise you, this position with this PD was written by a woman. I guarantee.
Oh, I love that. We all love that.
I mean, and there's other stuff, like I'll be like overseeing certain projects. So that's probably why it's more of it's a GS9 and not a GS5. But like the majority of my job, like 80% of my job, I've already done. Like I've already done it and I'm already good at it, which is also great.
Such a nice feeling. Other than this whole like introductory time frame where you're like, I can't access fucking anything because I still need permissions for this, and I still need to know who the fucking POC is for this and who do I go to for this. Like those initial steps of like a new job are exciting and wonderful, but then it's like all the questions and the feeling stupid that you're like, I should already know this because I've worked here forever and I just started 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
God, it is fucking hot in here. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. It's like maybe 72.
Fuck you. So she's also saying that and making fun of me because the AC. So I live with a friend and her daughter, and her attic is like this huge ass loft space. So that's where my tower is what I call it. The AC has broken 2 different times in the last month and a half, and so I've been down. I'm in the guest room on the first floor, and like she's saying that I've sent her pictures, and I'll put it in the episode. I'll transpose it, but I've sent her pictures of my thermostat. It's like it's unlivable. Like you can't sleep up there. I can barely go up there and like go get clothes to do laundry because as soon as you open the door, you feel a rush of heat. you feel it, and it's wet, humid, heat. So then you walk up the stairs, right? And it's 1,000,000 degrees up there. And just walking up the stairs, the act of walking up the stairs, grabbing some clothes, putting them in a little laundry basket, and walking back down, I'm dripping sweat. Like, so it's been having to split. And I know people do this, and it's not that it's not livable, it's just annoying, right? So like I've had to split, leaving obviously the majority of my belongings upstairs, now in this guest room. But my roommate's daughter plays really loud music, and so I don't necessarily have a problem with that. But like when I have to focus on work, or like I'm editing episodes or something, I put in my noise canceling headphones and I have to listen to music like super loud myself, which I do normally, but now it's like a forced thing. So it's like a weird dynamic. And then like having a teenager in your house, there's fake lashes all over the bathroom, like all over. And then like eyeliner and shit is like all over the counter, the bathroom counter. And I'm just like, okay, fine. But the great thing is I'm moving into a new place in August, which is fantastic. And I have my own space and my own bathroom and my own like place. So I am unbelievably excited. And then in addition to the understaffed side of things, I got offered a job in St. Louis with the Corps of Engineers. And then 2 days later, it got rescinded. So, yeah, when we, for those of you that work federal or have ever worked federal, been dealing with it, sometimes it is a true nightmare to either stay in the system or be in the system or try to get promoted, or like sometimes it's a fucking mess. And I've been dealing with my own like self-esteem issues, basically, because I think, and most people will tell you, that I am fucking stellar at my job. And I work my ass off and I go the extra mile and I do all these things. But when you apply to promotion positions that are absolutely within your realm of possibility and you get denied over and over and over and over again for 2 fucking years, my self-esteem has lessened just a little bit, where I'm like, maybe maybe it's a glitch in the matrix. Like maybe maybe I'm really not that great and people are just placating me. But on the flip side, I know that I'm awesome. Like, it's Sunday. I have already gone into my office this morning because we have students that have arrived late. And so they are reporting to their course late. And this particular student has to do a 2-week online learning class. And he didn't get his computer until yesterday. So I set everything up, got the VPN running, did everything that I could. He messages me, he got the computer on Friday. Yesterday, Saturday, he messages me and says the VPN's not working. Sent me a couple of pictures and I'm like, what the hell? Why is it not working? So on my day off, I drove into town, got the computer from the student, took the computer to my office, went through the whole thing. It had updates that it had to do. And you can't do the updates unless you're connected to the government LAN. So great. So I sat there for like an hour, which is also part of why I was running late today to record. Big shock. It's one or both of us every fucking time we record. But like, go on post, fix his computer. It takes like 30 to 45 minutes longer than I expected. Okay, fine. It works. So go to the hotel to drop the computer off with him. We sit outside for 15 minutes while the VPN connects. 15 minutes. While I was on post, it connected within minutes. And but it connected. While I was standing there, we're both staring at the computer screen waiting for it to connect. Okay, great. I gotta go. I have to go record a podcast. Like, that's just today, right? So I know that I go the extra mile. I know that I help my students as much as I fucking can. But then I get the you suck emails saying that you don't qualify because of X, Y, and Z over and over and over again. And I'm like, maybe I'm not awesome, but it's a fucking struggle. So the getting offered a job finally and having CPAC reach out and be like, all right, we're going to get what's your start date look like? We have all these things that we need to figure out. I started apartment hunting, did all these things. And then I get kind of ghosted for a few days and I'm like, something feels off. And then CPAC contacted me and they had to rescind the offer. And I'm like, okay. Like, I'm glad I didn't put a deposit down on anything. I'm glad that I didn't tell my roommate that I was moving because there was all these things happening, It just, man, what is happening? Whoa. Erica's got like a
Sorry.
helicopter spotlight fucking shining in through her window right now.
It is because there's a storm happening outside and now it's really dark.
Oh,
So I had to put my lamp on, except it was like, I always forget like how far away from my face it needs to be. So as I'm like reaching it and I'm like, oh.
help. Oh, God. As you know, I have a military spouse background, and I am all too familiar with the unique journey that military families have to go through, from moving to a new state, moving to a new city, or moving across the ocean and moving to a new country, new language, new people, new atmosphere. So all of our new lives in new places. I want to be in the business of cherishing those memories, but helping you to capture and treasure the moments that really matter the most. The mission, to go along with that military lingo, is to document those life changes, the family additions, the experiences and adventures. I want to ensure that your family's milestones and friendships are recorded. I know that moving so often can make it hard to remember where you left your keys, let alone your precious family memories. So that's where I come in. Forever helps to provide that dedicated space for your treasured moments, from preserving the stories of your ancestors to celebrating new memories being made. You want a place to hold on to your tax documents. You want a place to hold on to those documents to help with end-of-life care, connect with your loved ones in a meaningful way, but create a lasting legacy for those generations to come. So I'm here to help celebrate the resilience and togetherness of this military life that we live. With the help of Forever, I can help you hold on to those memories that make our families unique, because sometimes remembering which country you left that favorite photo album in is a challenge all of its own. So head on over to that link in our bio. It's a Linktree link, and you should be able to find the Forever information there, and we will set up a one-on-one to kind of go over what your goals would be with your photos. So see you there.
Do this already. So listeners, I got in a car accident. My car was totaled, and getting everything situated, getting the payout from my car was an absolute nightmare, and it took over a month. So I had a rental for a while, and then
but also tell the people what you were driving for your rental.
I was driving an Audi. It was great. I must say, it was like a brand new one. It was like a 2024. It was pretty cool. Yeah, so I did really like that. But I finally bought a car. And I actually love my new car because it has also, okay, I'm gonna be ranty for just a sec. I mean, our
Please do.
podcast is being
Let's
ranty,
get real.
I now drive a Honda CRV because that is the type of person that I am. I am an
Love that
SUV
for you.
person. Yes. But and it's like an older one because I'm honestly not, I don't need like the new, like I would much rather have a lower car payment, to be honest.
Yeah.
Hey, I need to call you back in like an hour. Yeah. I'm just recording my podcast.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, great.
First of all, put her on speakerphone. Tell her to say hi.
Oh, okay. I put you on speakerphone so Sarah can say hi. Yeah, I might bring him over.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Awesome.
Hi. You're on the podcast.
That's Sarah.
I am aware. I know her face and her voice.
I'm famous.
You are, yeah. Likes Oliver. Abby is a longtime supporter of the pod.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Abby. Appreciate you.
Yes. Okay, love you, bye.
Bye.
Her husband's coming home from deployment in like 2 days, so I said I'd help her clean her house.
Aw, that's
Yeah.
great. What did she say? I didn't hear what she said. You said longtime supporter of the pod, and then she said something.
Oh, she said subscriber or stalker, whichever one.
Oh, man, I hope that comes through on audio on your side because I'll absolutely keep that. We'll do a shout out on socials. That'll be great.
Yeah, she's great. I love her so much. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so and everybody that I talk to, or most of the people that I talk to, just because most of my coworkers are men and like my husband's a man, and like they're like, oh, these are the things you need to look for in a car. And I was like, you know what I really want? You know what I really, really want in a car? I want a fucking sunroof. I really want that. And they're like, that's not really like almost everybody is like, and I want a push start. And I want a push start because I never know where my keys are. But if I have a push start, I can just put my keys in my backpack and I don't even know how to fucking see them. Which I do.
Also,
I got both of those things.
the
And you know
next
what?
thing that I want for my car is heated seats.
Oh,
Oh, buddy. Oh,
Mhm.
I want it so badly. I road trip so much that it would help my back. I don't care if it's 112 degrees. I want my ass to be on fire. Okay?
That's
Like,
what the air conditioning is for.
oh, God, I want it so much. When we were car shopping after Germany and I got the Equinox, it was like $8,000 more for the exact same car with heated seats. And I was like, no, like, not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, do continue.
And I, every single time I look at it and I look at my sunroof, I'm like, this is the best thing ever. I fucking love my car so much. And I went car shopping with Abby.
Aw.
And first of all, she is the best person to go car shopping with because every car we looked at, we get in it and she immediately presses every single button, makes sure that they work. Well, like as I'm like doing the test drive and stuff.
That's fantastic.
Superior co-pilot.
Yes.
It was great. Overall, it was great. I love my car so much.
I had we had a coworker, a new coworker in the library, and she was here for not even 3 weeks before she quit, which is a whole separate side story that we'll talk about later. But she is retired Army. Then she joined the GS force, and I think she has this super dry sense of humor that I was just getting to the point that I was like picking up on. But then she quit, and then like, bye, Susan. It's a very bizarre situation. But the one day, and I only had a couple of weeks to kind of interact with her, and she didn't actually work in my office. She worked at the library, which is next door, but like we didn't interact a whole lot. But I drove up. I drive an Equinox, and it's blue. It's like a dark blue, not like dark, but you can see it. It's a beautiful color. I love my car also. I pulled up, got out, and Susan and I walked into the building together, and she goes, that car is you. And it was like, thank you? Like, thank you? And she goes, no. Your aura, that car is you. It is a part of you. Like, that car is perfect for you. If I had to come out to the parking lot and pick any of these cars to be yours, I would have picked that one. I knew that one was your car. And I was like, thanks. What do you fucking say to that? I'm like, first of all, that car is me. I fucking love that car. So I'm assuming that yours is like the same where you're like, fuck yeah, that's my car. I fucking own that shit. Like, that car is me. But the way she said it, I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
What do you fucking say? So, but Susan was great. And when you have, and I'm sure the feeling, especially since starting the new job, is like, you have a new person in the office and everybody's trying to figure out like, what's that first impression? Like, are they cool? Or are they not? And it's always everybody's kind of like 50-50 until personalities start to like come out a little more and comfort levels become a little more comfortable and whatever. And like I said, I was getting to that point where I think I was understanding her dry sense of humor just a little bit more each day. She was also very direct, which I love in a person. And so I was really kind of starting to connect with her. But working with her, some of the coworkers that are in the library were like, God, she doesn't do anything. She doesn't get up from her desk. She doesn't help. She doesn't do this. And then she quit like very suddenly and unexpectedly. And then it was like, well, if she's biding her time or whatever is happening, I wouldn't have done fucking anything anyway. Like, which, you and I both know is not true.
No, you would have done everything. You would have done your job and 2 other people's jobs if they would have let you.
Yeah. But some people aren't like that. Like some people, and there's one day that I think, no, not at all. Well,
we are like that because it's a trauma response.
Yeah. Okay. I have to tell this story. So the understaffed portion of this particular week, when we have new students that are coming in, there are some of them that have to take this 2-week online distance learning course before they report to their actual class. And part of that is that the instructors have to issue the laptops to our students early. And as I have bitched about in prior episodes, the instructors don't do their fucking job. So when you graduate a class, all of those computers are supposed to be re-imaged so that it's a fresh computer for the next user. 9 times out of 10, it is either not done or not done correctly. And when our students come in, I'm the one they come to and they're like, Miss Sarah, my computer doesn't work. And I'm like, haha, big shock. Let's fix it. Great. I'm not surprised. Let's just fix it, right? Most of the time they have to be re-imaged. If it's not a re-image, it's either that the computer's not connected to the Fort Leonard Wood network, so we have to get it reconnected, or it's that the computer's quarantined and it has to be re-imaged, but we have to get it unlocked from the network center first and then re-image it. Or they've put the wrong image file on it, so then we have to pull it to put the new image, like hundreds of things. So this class, we had the MPs got issued 7 computers Thursday morning. And we brought them all down to the classroom that we had signed for. Out of 7 of them, let's take a guess. Out of 7, how many of them had to be re-imaged?
7.
6. So to their credit, they had 1, but it had not been re-imaged from the previous user. So it was still on the network, but the previous, they hadn't re-imaged the computer at all, but it still worked. So I was like, we're going to keep this one because that particular student is also a late arrival and I signed for that laptop. So I was like, we're just going to keep this one off to the side in case any of these other fucking computers take too long, which happened. And that computer ended up going home with a different student while I still continued to fix his computer on Friday. So I stayed in the distance learning classroom all day Thursday, just re-imaging computers, making sure that they could connect to the internet, like all these things. And then Friday, I stayed even longer all day in the classroom because different people couldn't connect to the VPN. This person's account wasn't connected. This person, like, it was just like one thing after the other. Okay, fine. And my chief sends me a message and goes, hey, where are you? And I'm like, my supervisor knows that I'm down here because I'm sending updates like this person's computer finally re-imaged, but now we have to put the VPN on it and we have to put Adobe and Chrome. And I set up all their bookmarks for them because some of them are not computer savvy. Okay, fine. And I put everything like in the taskbar. I log into their Outlook for the first time for them because otherwise they don't know how. Like, it's a whole fucking process, right? Now, granted, if the SGLs were doing this, the students would just be kind of left to their own devices and they'll figure it out. I'm just trying to make it easier on everybody, So do I have to do all of those extra little things? No, of course not. But do the students appreciate it because it's easier for them? Yeah. Which again is why I'm good at my job. So anyway, the chief says, hey, where are you? And I'm like, I'm down in the DL classroom. Like, I've been down here for the last 2 days. And she goes, this is bullshit. You need to stop being IT. I'm like, who the fuck else is going to do it? Like,
not your IT guy.
Not my IT guy. Yeah. So the chief says, you need to stop fucking being IT. And I'm like, who the fuck else is going to do it? Because the SGLs at this point, and it's not necessarily, I'm not necessarily blaming them, but if they're the ones who are responsible for getting the fucking computers reimaged, then maybe they need to do it. Like, maybe they need to do it right. Because all of the time that I spend is taking me away from all of my other, like, admin tasks. The understaffed portion of my life is legitimate and it's on fire. Like,
I do that too. I did that when I left my last job. I put together legit a 3-ring binder, and it was one of the, the thick boys, the 3-inch
thick
ones.
6. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was full. It was parallel.
Out of context. I'm going to make this a reel because out of context, it sounds like we're talking about dick. Just letting you know right now. So I love this for us. But
right.
Yeah, I love it. We do the same thing. We call it a continuity book because in mine, I use PowerPoint for mine, and we're supposed to print it off and keep it in a binder because what if the internet goes down and whatever, which is great. But I'm also a note taker. So our processes, especially for the computer stuff, the processes change all the time. There's different requirements from the NEC. There's different software center shit. There's different, whatever. So I'm constantly taking notes. Like on this date, I'll put the date. And then I'll put, I got this information from this person, and this is what we need to do moving forward. 2 weeks later, there's another update. A week later, there's another one. A day later, there's another one. So I can't print this off every fucking, 2 times a week just to keep it updated. So I just use the PowerPoint. My PowerPoint slides, it's 127 slides, but it's also beautifully organized where there are links that you can click on. So if you're specifically looking for computer access, you click on that first page and it takes you to the slide. That's how psycho I am about it. And I think it's okay. That's a me thing. But the person behind me isn't going to fucking know how to use that shit. Maybe. Maybe they really like the 3-ring binder, but man. But yeah, those continuity books will help save the next person. Hopefully.
Oh, don't worry. I also have a continuity document.
I love you. This is why we get along. That's what I mean. Oh my God. It's bananas. So I appreciate that about you because you know what I'm talking about. On a work ethic level, we're on the same fucking level. So it's the understaffed, us making this podcast is it's one of my favorite things. As far as hobbies go, it's fairly inexpensive. It's fun. I get to talk to my friend once a week, heavily video.
Yes.
Amen, man. That whole meme, we talked about it during the We Chose the Bear episode with Chris. We talked about it with him where it was the meme that said, hey, we should start a new podcast is the current day version of we should start a band. 100%. I'm in for that. So yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's great. Because we're also those people where we always have a million things going on. So if we didn't have this podcast, we would talk once a month. Not even. Because before we started the podcast, it's once every couple months, we're yeah. Hey girl, how's it going? Terrible. Yeah. Thanks for asking.
Absolutely. It's great, but it's also, the entire room is on fire and I'm drinking coffee. It's fine.
It's fine. So at least we get to talk about it regularly now.
That's true. That's very well. Okay. Also, let's rewind a little bit. How was the recital? How do you feel about it? Was it a good performance? Did you do well? Do you feel like you did well?
So I did 2 routines. I had tap and then contemporary, which is so contemporary is like ballet, but just vibes. And I do much better in tap. I'm just better at tap. So I always feel I did better. Also, our routine was to These Boots Are Made for Walking by Nancy Sinatra, I think. Oh, it was great. And my tap teacher, side note,
Okay.
I want to say she's like 22. She's pretty young. And every recital has a theme, and this year's theme was Toy Story. So we were Jessie.
That's so
And
cute.
she was like, right? And she was like, she's like, oh, I don't know what song to do. And me and one of the other women that she's pretty close to my age, we were like, Boots Are Made for Walking. She's like, I've never heard that song before. So we got to show her that song, and she was like, this is amazing. And we're like, I know. She's like, we're totally doing it. So she choreographed the whole routine to These Boots Are Made for Walking. And it was great. It was great. I fucking loved it. I was less confident about contemporary just because I'm not as good at it. But I had a really good time. And Jesus, I'm sorry. I also take my glasses off, so I can't really see anybody. So that also
I feel
helps.
I'm so blind without my contacts, and I shouldn't say hate. Hate's a strong word. I don't like wearing my glasses because I usually get like sweaty. So I'm constantly like pushing them up. And like then if they're molded to my ear the way that they should be, they rub. So like I can only wear them for 2 or 3 days in a row at max because they rub my ears raw, and it's super annoying. So like now, my contacts, and I think we've talked about this before, but I have this very strange, irrational fear. So I pay extra for my contacts that I can sleep in. They're month-to-month contacts. And I pay extra for the ones that you can sleep in because my irrational fear, is someone breaking into my house and me being like, oh my God, where are my glasses? And me being the dumbass from the movies to like knock the glasses across the room and then be crawling around trying to find them, and I crush them with my knees or my leg or my fucking arm or something. And then I can't, and then I can't see my attacker. Like it's irrational, Is it possible that can happen? Yes, of course. But like, that's literally most of the reason why I pay for the contacts that I sleep in, because I can't, like, I have that fear, but I cannot stand not being able to see. So
Yeah,
it's, it's a struggle. I don't think I'd be able to do a whole episode without being able to see.
Speaking of irrational fears, how many adults do you know still won't hang their foot over the side of the bed because that's how monsters get them? I mean, I definitely do that.
I definitely, and I'll push my foot out from under the blanket and I'll hold it there, but I will be awake waiting because I want to cool my foot down for a minute, like cool my body temperature down a little bit. But I will be awake and so alert, like either with my eyes closed, focusing on the energy of my foot, like is anything touching it? Is anything crawling out? Can I hear anything? And then as soon as I put my foot back on the bed, I'm like, okay, I can go to sleep now. Like, we're fine now. We're safe. Oh yeah. It's unbelievable. And I think that's also, what is that, like childhood folklore, like fairy tales that they tell you, like stories that they tell you as a kid. Monsters under your bed. I'm fucking 35, motherfuckers. I still keep my feet from hanging off the edge of the bed. Like, unbelievable.
I'm with you. I'm so with you. Because Sarah and I are both psychos, we always read a book and listen to a book at the same time. Right now, I'm reading.
It's clearly very interesting with that fucking yawn.
I know. What the hell? I'm reading Murder on the White Cliffs by L.B. Hathaway. It's a series called the Posey Parker Mysteries. And they're all cozy murder mysteries, like Miss Marple kind of situation.
Okay.
I read so many of them. They're just delightful, and they're like, nothing's that serious, even though there's a murder. Oh my God.
Very light.
Yes, very light, not, which is good because I just have not had the bandwidth for anything like, I started reading, I talked about it on the previous podcast or one of the previous episodes. The Warm Hands of Ghosts. And I love that book. I really do. And I got really far into it and I just like, I can't right now because I'm just not enjoying it like I want to.
Mm-hmm.
But I did start reading Not in Love by Allie Hazelwood. She wrote all the Love Hypothesis books, and she wrote Bride recently came out.
Okay.
It's like a fantasy, like an urban fantasy book, but she's wrote the Love Hypothesis, and then there's 3 books in that series, and they're all really cute. And they're all about like people in STEM, which I also like. And this book, it's the same sort of thing. Like the main character, she's like a bioengineer. And it's just very, she writes the kind of romance novels that I really like. Like they're good, just genuinely very good books. So, I don't know. I just picked it up and I really liked it. Although, so I had it on my desk. I'm like reading it at my desk, right? And
at work?
All women who read romance novels have gone through this, and it is infuriating. And this old guy, one of the like agents, came up and he's like, "Oh, what kind of book is that?" I'm like, "It's a romance novel." And he's like, "Get this, see, look, it's required reading at CID." And I'm like, romance novels. And I'm like, yeah, he's like, "Is it good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like it." And he just like felt the need to like go around to everyone in earshot and be like, "See, haha, she's reading romance novels." And I'm like, and then proceeded to lecture me about how if I read this book after not asking me about it at all,
Of course.
he's like, "Oh, you should watch Fatal Attraction." And then showed me the whole trailer, just stood there and like put it in front of my face. He tried to get me to hold his phone and I was like, "No." Then like you should watch these other. I was like, "Oh, I've seen those already." Because I just could not. And I like came back to work and he's like, "Have you seen Fatal Attraction?" I'm like, "No." I just hate it because it's like, okay, there is the Venn diagram of men that make fun of women for reading romance novels and people who read Dan Brown and think Dean Koontz is like Nobel Prize winning literature is a fucking circle. I
cannot.
Can we just let people enjoy romance novels, please?
Yeah, there is nothing wrong with it. We talked about this, like episode fucking 1. Read whatever the fuck you want to, boo-boo. You do you. Like,
yeah, even if it's Morning Glory Milking Farm.
I really liked that book. It was disgusting, and I really liked the way that it was written. Like,
right? It was written really well, and the story was very cute.
Yes. Also, my favorite...
For, like, unnecessary amount of cum and the
foreskin.
I would have really highly enjoyed it.
So the coffee shop at Misco, it's Double Time Coffee and it's phenomenal coffee. They have a drink pseudo named after me because I get it every fucking time I go in there and I love it. And it's so funny because I'll walk in there and be like, can I get sit? And they'll cut me off and they'll be like, "Sarah's dream. Got it. Do you want hot or cold?" Hot. Like, I love them. Anyway, they use the glass milk containers. And Do you remember that hallway? Like, it used to get really fucking hot in there. I don't know if you've ever been in there. But
Yes.
that hall with
That
that glass
breezeway?
atrium, yeah, it gets fucking hot in there. And AFI says that they've fixed it, however many times. So when it gets really, really hot, they open the doors that are right there next to the engineer hallway. And then they open the doors across the breezeway to try to get some fucking circulation between the two halls.
Yeah.
And what they use to hold the door open is one of the milk crates with empty bottles in it. And I'm just like, ew. Gross.
Disgusting.
Because that's all I'm imagining is just ejaculate filling up one of those milk containers. It's just, oh, that's so nasty.
Yes, excuse me. I'm actually not okay anymore. Please remove that from my site. No, I will not elaborate. Please don't make me explain.
For the love, don't make me explain that. I'm making that a reel for the record.
Absolutely. We're going to be doing this podcast in another 5 years, and we're still going to be making jokes about Morning Glory milk.
100%. And I'm not even mad about it. It's not even that it was a terrible book. It's just that there's certain elements, actual elements, that gross me out. And that's okay. Maybe some people are fucking into that and they want to wear someone's foreskin as a hat. You do you, boo-boo. I love that for you.
1,000%.
Knit the foreskin its own hat. I don't care. That's not a thing that I'm into.
To me, it's just one of those things that it's just one thing that men can point at. Because women don't really make other women for reading romance novels. I've never been in a public setting and had a woman come up to me and be like, oh, is that a romance novel? I don't remember how many men have done that to me.
Yeah. I usually, man, I've worked this job for 3 years. So there are some students that will come up and they'll comment on whatever book in it. Because I usually also, and I've talked about this on previous episodes as well, my office is housed in the library. And so they always have the free cart right outside the fucking door. So I'm constantly, it's my red flag. It's my toxic trait. And I have a stack of books that, because I'm moving into this new place, that I'm like, all right, these books have to go back either to Goodwill or back to the library for free people, because I had every intention of reading them. And some of them I did either crack or did finish, but there's a whole stack of them that I haven't even read. And if, because I tell myself not to, if I read the description on the back of the book, then I'm like, oh my God, that sounds really good. I'm just going to keep that one. And I have to force myself not to and just put the book back on the free shelf because someone else will read it and get to it sooner than my TBR list. One thing, and Erica mentioned this, but I have books that I listen to in the car, or, if I'm out with especially when I'm grocery shopping and stuff, I have that shit going on in my ear. But also I have a physical book that I will bring with me either to work, or I'll just leave it in my car, or I have it at home to read in bed. This is just kind of my travel book. I always have something with me when I'm traveling also. But then I usually always have something on my Kindle as well, my Kindle app. So I'm there's 3 different books. There's only been a couple of times that it's been the same book, paper or Kindle. And that's when I have good friends that are releasing books like Meg Becker with her romance novels. Those sometimes I will have both because I'm just so excited to get through it. Yeah. So audio right now, and I think I did talk about this on the last episode. Audio right now is She's Not Sorry, which is something that came up on Book Talk by Mary Kubica. We're going to pretend I know how to say that. And I like the twists in it so far. I have, however, restarted it 4 times in the last 2 weeks because also I like to listen to it as I fall asleep at night, and then I'll forget where I'm at, and then I'll forget details. So then I just start over, whatever. But so far, pretty interesting. And the traumatic story in the beginning, which, sorry, spoilers, but the traumatic story in the beginning is really what hooked me. So I was like, all right. Paper, and I just started this 2 days ago, but this was on the free shelf, big shock, at the library. It is called The Honest Truth About Dishonesty. How We Lie to Everyone, Especially Ourselves. And I was like, oh, give me that. It is a New York Times bestseller. Pretty interesting. So very curious about that. And then what I'm reading on Kindle is one of Meg Becker's books that unfortunately, I'm a bad friend. I haven't fucking finished yet. Let's see. Where the hell is it?
I know. I need to read. I have a Kindle and I have KU too. And I keep meaning to download some of her books because every time you talk about her books, and I mean, I'm with you. Like, I like supporting indie authors anyway. But every
100%.
time you're like, this is the book that I'm reading, and you'll tell me about it, and I'm like, that book sounds great. Like, not only is it something that I want to read because I want to support local, like, or indie authors, it's like, that sounds banging.
And they are banging. They are literally banging. I mean, so I have another friend that I have been friends with since we did an internship right after our freshman year at Iowa State. And her name is Stacy, and she's a big reader, and I love that about her. That's also one of the things, like, she might want to come on the pod at some point because she's a big reader and I love it. So she posted on the 18th, and I took a screenshot because she usually has really good recommendations also. She is the other friend that we have our Audible accounts shared with each other because she also listens to a lot of audio. This is called The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. And her words are, this book, period, it's incredible, period, one that I will be thinking about for a long time. And that's it. That's all she said. And that was enough for me to screenshot it, talk about it on a pod, and I will be downloading. Like,
yeah,
that's enough for
really
me.
good thing about this book.
Really? I've never heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, send it. Got it. Done. Check the block.
3, 2, 1, go. So this was actually brought up to me by the IT guy at my last job. He's great. We love him. The royal we. And he was like, yeah, he was talking like some dudes at his gym were like, oh yeah, like what did they bring to the table? And I immediately became furious because it's me. And we were kind of talking about it, and I'm like, you know what? I don't actually bring anything to your table because I have my own table, and I bring great tits to the table. That's literally it. That's all you get.
Keep going. Yeah, I'm going to pull up a quote. But keep going.
But like, I have my own table and I set food on my table and I set the table and I provide for my own table and I do all the emotional labor for my table. So if I have to do that for my own table and your table, you can call me daddy. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes. Yes. Because that's the way that it should be.
Who the fuck are you? Like, what? Like, how dare you sit there and be like, what do you bring to the table? I have my own table. I don't need yours.
So, what the hell is that TV show about the British royals? The one that's super popular right now, very sexy, very whatever. Do you know what I'm talking about? Everyone's fucking Bridgerton.
Oh,
Everyone's fucking talking about it. I have not watched a single fucking episode. I don't care. Like, would I like it if I got into it and like took the time to watch it? Sure, probably. But right now I am using my emotional support shows to be playing in the background as background noise because I have other shit to do. Like, I can't get emotionally invested in a new show.
I read all of the Bridgerton books when I was like 19 through 22-ish.
Nice.
And those are Julia Quinn is my emotional support author, her and Kat Sebastian, because I know all the books that I read from them are going to be amazing and exactly everything that I want. That being said, that's just not the type of show that I like. So I watched first season, but that was a while ago and I just haven't watched it just because it's just not the type of show that I like.
Well, I bring it up because the one of the I'm going to call her plus size. I think I'm bigger than her. but she's considered plus size as far as her character. And
Yes.
I think she got some heat about being naked in a scene or something, or semi-naked. She got some heat from it on social. And so she says, she comes back with the best quote I have heard. Women with my body type, with perfect breasts, we don't get to see ourselves enough on screen. And I was like, oh, that is my girl. If there is anything that we bring to the table is perfect fucking tits. Thank you so much. This is where I sign. Like, there's nothing else that I need to bring to the table because I myself love my tits. So I like, if I bring anything to the table and I bring my tits, you're welcome.
Yes.
Have a good day.
100%.
Oh, not to mention, like, if we're gonna, oh my God, I could rant about this for ages. What do I bring to the table? How about a fucking work ethic? How about low debt? How about credit cards that get paid off? How about like certifications in school? I don't have a degree. I don't bring that to the table. Sorry. Not sorry.
I don't have a degree either.
Like, but like I have a good paying job. I have a retirement plan. Like, God, I feel 60 when I say that, but like, fuck off. I have drive. I have dreams. I have excitement. I have spontaneity. I travel. I road trip. Like, you fucking tell me what you bring to the table because my fucking table is full. Thank you.
Oh, 100%. It's like, explain to me what, if you don't like aggressively benefit my life, because I can take care of myself. Thank you.
Fact.
Like, I don't need you and I don't want to be in a position where I do.
Yeah.
So like, if you don't fit into these are my dreams and my ambitions and this is what I want to do with my life. Like I was talking to one of my other friends about this. Like, I finally have a job where I can like max my contribution to my 401k. And I was so fucking excited about it. And they're like, hell yeah. Like, that is where I am in my life. But I also really love, like, take me downtown and fucking walk around, or like recommend good meat. Like, you have to make my life significantly better or I don't want it.
Yeah.
I can buy myself little treats. I have friends that give me compliments and I have enough attention. Thank you. Like, you
have a really great podcast and a great sentence.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I love the way, like, what do you bring to my table? Because my fuck. What do you bring to my table because my plate is full? And that's a fucking fact.
Yes. And it's not even like, how do I explain that? I'm not taking down what you're saying. I don't need someone to come in with fucking fireworks. I want you to come in and have me be excited that you're there. I don't want it to be like, oh God, they're coming over. Or like, oh God, now I have to carve time out for this person. I want to carve time out for a person. You know, I want that person to carve time out for me, because if I am going to step away from my busy fucking life, not that my social life is not like crazy, but yeah, I go to dinner, I'll go have margaritas, I'll go have lunch with a friend. I have this podcast. Like, I want you to come in and better my life and not be a fucking inconvenience. And I will tell you, the fucking dating world has been a lot. I'm not going to say everyone because that's unfair, but a lot of these people that are just coming in and just wanting like one night stands or fucking like a fuck toy, that is not, maybe like post divorce, you know, you kind of have that phase where you're like, I'm free. I get that. I do get that. Right. But now, like, I'm at that point, like I said, like a retirement plan. I have a great job. I have low debt. I have all these things. And like, I need you to come into my life and either match my energy, which we have talked about 100 fucking times at this point, or I need you to come in and better it somehow. Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with, like, there are a lot of things on this planet that I'm not good at. I love cooking. I love baking. But do I like to go fishing? No. I like being on the water. So if you're going to fish, cool. But I'm probably going to be in the boat with like a book and some suntan lotion. probably snoring and drooling on my own shoulder. That's fine for me, right?
Yep,
but
same.
and the whole conversation about what do you bring to the table, it is frustrating in the sense of you want someone to come in and do things for you, not come in with that energy and better your life. You just want someone to come in and make your life easier while you don't do any of the work to reciprocate. And that's not okay. Like, oh God, sorry. We could go on and fucking on about this. The best advice, and I'll give credit to my sister for this. My oldest sister, she's 18 years older. When my ex and I were really going through, it was probably 4 or 5 years into our relationship. We were really going through it. Like, there's a lot of things going on, and I was struggling with, like, is divorce even a question? It shouldn't be. I don't want it to be. But like, this is, the struggle is real, and like, I have to figure out what I want. And like, we're going through a transition. We were in the middle of a PCS. We were doing all these things. And the best piece of advice that she's probably ever given me is that the person that you are spending your life with, you wake up every morning and you have to make the choice to love them. You have to choose to love that person. Because if you wake up one day and your choice is not to, you have bigger problems.
Yeah.
Now that my life is pretty good. My life is pretty great. And so if someone comes into my life, I need it to be a choice for me and a choice for them. Like, I want the cute stuff, and I want the, anniversary talk, and I want the spontaneous dates and all that stuff. But like, there also have to be hard conversations, and there has to be arguments. You have to get through a fight and get on the other side of it so that you know how to fix it. Like, there's always going to be turmoil, and there's going to be struggle, and people change over time. So like, you have to be able to bring maturity to my table. You have to bring maturity and conversation, communication, we'll say. Short list of what you need to bring to my table: communication, maturity, fun, like joking and all that is fun, but like, there also needs to be that other side of it, right? So communication, maturity, what the fuck was I going to say? Self-care. You have to be able to take care of yourself too, because I know I do. But you cannot entirely depend on me to take care of you. That's not a thing.
Nope.
And then, there was one more that popped into my brain as I was saying it. Oh, self-betterment. I am constantly fucking looking internally to be like, why am I reacting this way? Negatively or positively? Am I reacting so heavily because of X, Y, and Z? Is it a trauma thing? Is it a depression thing? Do I need to fix my meds? Am I ill? What's going on in my life that I'm having this reaction to whatever's happening?
Mm-hmm.
And so I read a lot of self-help books. I see a counselor. Like, I do all of these things to make sure that I am okay. I need you to be willing to do those things too. Maybe not on the same level, because I know not everybody's, not those things work for everyone. But I need you to have some kind of like outlet. If working out is your thing, then that's your thing. If going and playing pool league on Sundays is your thing and drinking beer all afternoon, cool. But you have to have something to better yourself and a way to like vent. You have to have like some kind of outlet, but there has to be things where you are also reflecting on like how you've been feeling, what the last year has looked like, what does the last 5 years look like, what does the next 5 years look like? Like, it's my entire goal in this life is to travel, because that's always the thing, but to be a better human. And I need my person to want that as well. So I'm going to get off my soapbox now. Shut the fuck up, Sarah. Jesus. Oh my God. Oh,
I mean, those are all good things though. I think, and for me also, it's like self-awareness, because I spend so much time like I I think everyone's had people, and this for me, it's not even like a relationship thing. It's just like a people that I spend time with thing. I have spent a lot of time around people in general that like they clearly haven't dealt with their own shit. And I do not want to be in a situation where I have to be like on all the time and watch my reactions because I know that it's going to be reactive to you. Like everyone has, and I'm not saying like completely like don't do that anywhere. Like everyone has to maintain a level of like professionalism or have that wall up, like when you're at work or like you're at the grocery store or whatever, like all of those things. And that's not wrong. But if I'm hanging out with someone in my free time, I don't want to have to think about like, oh, this, how am I by not like constantly checking myself gonna trigger this person? And like trauma and like mental illness is nobody's fault, but it is your responsibility to do what you can to not take it out on innocent bystanders. And I don't think everyone is at a point where they can do that yet.
Mm-hmm.
There there are there are several things, and I'm on a soapbox right now, but there are several things where I'm like, ooh, I do not have the time or the emotional wherewithal to address this right now. So I'm just gonna put it on the back burner, and I'm gonna recognize that that is what that is. But I'm not at a place where I can deal with that right now.
There's a certain level of energy that I have to give to people. And
Mhm.
for me, I wake up in the morning and I am hyper and I'm ready to go. And I will bring the same energy with or without coffee, preferably with coffee. But it's that when I wake up in the morning, it is go, 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 go. I think that I'm maybe undiagnosed ADD or ADHD. Don't care. I'm still going to live my life, whatever. But there's a certain amount of energy that I can bring to my day because I put a lot of effort into making sure the students are good, because really at the end of the day, the baseline level of my job is customer service. And so I'm here for you guys. What do you need me to do? Like, do you need help with reviewing a paper? Do you need help printing off your paper? Do you need help with finding the prices to send a box home, back to whatever country it is that you're from? Let's go. Like I'm in it to win it. So there's so much energy that's expelled in that 8-hour workday, 9-hour workday, right? So then at night, when I have part-time job stuff or podcast stuff, there's a certain amount of energy that's going to get expelled for that. And then by the time I get home doing whatever I'm doing, my brain is shutting down, right? And so regardless of if it's, someone I'm dating, if it's a friend, if it's a coworker, their energy, right? I feed off of other people also, which is why I love having a co-host or a podcast because this is like my jam.
Yeah. Same.
But like there's people that I work with that I know I only have, we're going to say 10 minutes worth of energy to give you because after that, I want to murder you.
Mm.
Or like, I know, like I have a couple of friends that I've been friends with for years. And I'm sure you have dealt with people like this before too. Pretty much any of our listeners have probably also dealt with this situation as well. But there's that one friend or that one family member that's constantly fucking negative. Constantly. There's always something wrong. There's always something going on. They're always sick. They're always whatever. And I can only talk to my friend, as much as I love her, I can only talk to her like maybe once a month because I only have that emotional wherewithal of like a 30-minute conversation once a month on the phone. Like that's all I got, But then, there's different things that like that recharge us, right? So like I work out almost every day. That shit keeps me going. Like that keeps my, whatever hormone levels keeps me pretty regular. And I love that shit. But like, I know if I really have a really terrible week or just a very busy week in general, and my energy is just completely depleted. And I tell myself, I'm going to stay inside this weekend. I might go like outside and hang out with the dog, but like, I'm going to be in the house. I'm going to get some cleaning done, get some laundry done, but I'm just going to nap and kind of have some me time. by the time Monday comes around, I walk outside and it's like I haven't breathed fresh air in weeks. And I'm like, oh shit, I should have left my house. Like I have to know those things about myself in order to like recharge, you know? But in my head, that self-care piece is like, I'm just not going to do anything this weekend. I'm just going to chill the fuck out, movies, eat some junk food and like feel good and just take some downtime. But then Monday morning comes around. I'm like, oh my God, I ate so much bread. What is wrong with me?
God. Whoa.
So
welcome to your 30s. You can't have gluten or dairy. Thank you for listening. We love you. Because of you, we're not potting into the void. Share this with people that you think will like it. Because this means so much to us.
It does. Yeah. So we'll be back in a couple weeks. I think possibly the next episode we're going to get a guest on. His name's Colin. He's a co-host to the Trash Panda podcast, and he also hosts Colin's Couch. And Erica and I are invited. We're going to have to figure out dates to get on there. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you being here and listening. We love doing this. So yeah. If we're looking at socials, send us information on what you bring to the table or what you want your person to bring to the table, because it's a fascinating conversation. And I would really like to see some other answers out there. So,
and different perspectives too.
For sure. I am going to post our little short list on socials though, because it matters.